Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm here again with the weekly analysis of ETFs, but this time it's three. One is of course TQQQ, another one is UWT, and the third one is UGAZ. So UWT is the 3x ETF of crude oil, and UGAZ is the 3x ETF long for natural gas. So let's get started with TQQQ. So TQQQ had a support trend line right here, and the first support was made at the low of 56.25. The second one was at 58.11, and the third one was at 61.68. But today, what happened was that it broke below this trend line. So I don't think we need this trend line anymore because it broke below it, and there's no use of holding it on our chart. But the MACD is also pulling down, and this both of these things show signs of a downtrend. And as you can see, this was a resistance level, so the market touched, uh, made a resistance right here at 60.13, the open, and then the close 64,658, and then right here at around 67. So the market TQQQ, meaning Nasdaq, touched this trend line and then it came down. So right now, since this was a resistance level of the market right here, since this was a resistance level and it broke above that resistance level is now the support of the market. And the moving average is also right at that support. So the market has like this really strong support right here that it can pull above from. And if it breaks below this, the next support is going to be at the 200 period EMA. So the EMA is around. If the rate of change is the same, the EMA is probably going to be around the level of 59, 33, 59.30. And if it breaks below that, then it's going to be the strongest support that the market made. This was a triple bottom actually, and that's why the market went up over here. So this is the strongest support, but I'm not really sure if it's going to come all the way down here. But if it breaks all these supports, of course it will. So right now, I think this week the market will close below what it closed on Friday. It closed on Friday. It closed at 65.28. And why I'm saying this is because the first thing, it broke below its trend line, and also if you look at the weekly chart of TQQQ, I'm just going to remove these real quick. Yeah. So if you look at the weekly chart of TQQQ, the MACD is pulling up, but right here, look, last week the market made this candle. This is called an indecision candle, meaning that the trend can easily reverse. So since the market opened low, it might recover because it did fill the gap of this candle, but it I don't think there's that much chance of it going above because it's really unusual. It doesn't happen that often. Whenever market makes this indecision candle, it always goes down. So let me show you another example of this. Um, so right here, the market was going bullish, and there was this indecision candle right here, and then it made it go down. So TQQ closed at 61.08 that week on Friday, or whatever that was, and then the next week it closed 6.5% down. So this is why I think that the market will close below the level it closed last Friday. Now let's go to UWT. Oil was up a lot today. Oil was up around 10, 11%. Um, in the middle of the trading session, it also went up around 15%. But oil went up because in Saudi Arabia there was an attack, so that made it shoot up really high. And this ETF, the 3x ETF of crude oil, UWT, rose 34% in one day, and the inverse ETF which was DWT, went down 39.75%. I don't know why the ratio is not exact. It should be 39 to 39 or 34 to 34. But what, in my opinion, I don't think that technicals work on any commodities. Like sometimes they do, but most of the times they don't. Because look at this, crude oil was breaking below its moving averages. There were like no signs of an uptrend. The MACD was pulling down; it was below the moving averages, and the overall trend was like down. So let's look. It was automatically going down. And if you look at the weekly chart, that would be more easier to look at. There were no signs of an uptrend. In fact, this 20-day moving average did this candle right here, it touched the resistance and it came back. So it acted at the 20-day moving average acted as a resistance to this week. Uh, I mean, this was like an unusual event that occurred, but I don't think it's going to occur anymore. But still, if you just look at oil for general, it doesn't really go according to the trend. It sometimes is really choppy. I mean, right here, it's so choppy. Look, it went up. It was 13% up, and then it went down 10% the next day. I mean, a good trend trader would probably buy it right here, thinking that it will go up, but it didn't go up. It went down. So I don't think oil goes according to the trend, but I'm still going to try my best to analyze it. So right now, this EMA, it was acting as a resistance level to oil. This was a 50-day EMA, and right now there's this 200-day EMA that oil is acting as a resistance to. So it, I mean, it almost touched it and came down. I mean, it didn't come down. It touched it and came down, and now I expect it to come down more. But the look at the MACD. It was pulling down, but it suddenly pulled up because of this 34% rise. The RSI at 63. I also wanted to share with you guys. A lot of traders think that as soon as RSI goes to 75 or 80, it's a selling period. But excuse me, I think that RSI, you can't fully rely on RSI. I mean, it can work good, but you can't fully rely on it because let me show you what happened in the intraday trading today. So today, the RSI was 95 at 9:35 today, um, September 16th. So any trader would expect the market to drop from here, but it continuously kept rising. And the RSI was still 95, so it was being kind of sideways. So a trader would expect it to go down, but no, it shot higher, higher and higher. But and the RSI was still the same. And then it just came down 1%, and the RSI dropped from 92 to 77. Even if it is at 77, it's still a selling, but the lowest RSI was 73, and the market was still going up. This commodity market, it was still going up. So this is why I think that RSI sometimes it doesn't work that much very well. And if especially any stock is too much bullish or really bearish, I don't think you should go against the trend. You should probably just follow your moving averages and go according to them because moving averages always go with the trend, and they always say that trend is your friend, so you should go with the trend. So yeah, I mean, right now looking at the oil chart, I think that it's going to come down probably to this resistance level. It's going to take that support from that resistance level and then go up again. So this resistance level, there might be some gap filling right here, and it's going to probably come down to the 1347 level, meaning this ETF is going to drop around 10 to 15%. All right, guys. So now let's look at UGAZ. UGAZ closed at 2368, and UGAZ has consistently been up since 1.5 months or 2 months. It made a low of 11 right here, and then it's consistently going up, and it made a high of 2398. So that's like 115, 110% in just a matter of days. So right now the RSI, if you look, is showing that it's overbought. But as I said, you can't completely rely on the RSI because the RSI is sometimes really inaccurate, as I showed you. That scenario in UWT on the 5 minute chart, how it was showing that it's going to go down, but it went up. It was 95 and it was staying at that level for a long time. So RSI is just part of your trading indicator, but it's not fully. You're not going to fully rely on RSI. I mean, look at this. RSI showed that it's going to go down over here at 72. So a trader would short at 72. It went up 13% the next day, saying that it will go down again, and then it just went down 1.17% here and 4.2% here after rising 13% over here. So RSI is just to get an idea of the market direction. So, but I think that this commodity, natural gas, has this commodity rose really fast, and whenever something stock, ETF, anything rises this much quick, it also goes down the same speed. So I think that right now it's close at 2368. So what I expect is it to come down to this support right here at around 20, and then I expect it to go up and touch this EMA at least, which is going to be at 32, 33 level. But I think though overall natural gas is going to be bullish in the near future because there's a fundamental reason behind that. Whenever there's winter, natural gas pulls up because the demand increases. So, and whenever it's summer, it always goes down because the demand is decreasing. So, as you can see, when it was summer, it was consistently in a downtrend. It was consistently going down. So, right now, as the winter begins to come, it's starting to go up. So, yeah, that's what I basically think. And these two EMAs, it has crossed these two EMAs. And the MACD has been consistently up, showing signs of an uptrend. So yeah, that's what I think. I think this is going to come down, take the support right here, and then shoot back up. And at least expect it to go to the 32, 33 level. So that was it. See you in the next video.